Castlemaine Bowling Club provides a really important function in our community. It provides opportunities for people to engage in a sport that's available for people from birth through to their hundreds. We have a number of people who no longer playing who love to just come and have a cup of tea and enjoy the social interaction. I think it's really important in that regard.
Castlemaine Bowling Club wants to expand what it can offer members in the regional city north of Melbourne.
We're trying to recruit people from the community, and the feedback we've got from people who'd be really keen is that if we could offer a program, say starting at 7:30, they could spare a couple of hours, in the twilight with some lights.
But the club doesn't have outdoor lights. So in 2018, it put in a modest application to Sport Australia for one of the government's community sport infrastructure grants.
The proposed lighting for our greens was going to be 100,000 plus. So we devised a program that would use existing poles, modify the lighting, and we could do one that would suit one of our greens for 40,000. I must admit, we were pretty optimistic that we might be successful. So our intention is that we can suspend the lighting from those poles.
Last year, they were devastated to learn their application was unsuccessful.
I have to say the club, me personally, but the club were extremely disappointing to miss out on those funds because it was going to offer so much for our community.
The club is one of hundreds across the country now questioning how it missed out. Last week, a bombshell report by the Australian National Audit Office revealed Sports Minister Bridget McKenzie overruled some of the recommendations made by Sport Australia and adopted a parallel process that favoured some marginal coalition electorates in the lead-up to the 2019 election. The report found scores of clubs highly regarded by Sport Australia missed out on funding.
I'm delighted to announce a $147,000 federal sports infrastructure grant to help with disability access.
Some of the successful clubs' grants were announced by coalition MPs and ministers during the election campaign. They included a $500,000 grant for Mossman Rowing Club announced by Tony Abbott, and a grant of $200,000 to the Lillypilly Football Club, which was praised by the Prime Minister.
It was our great thrill as a Commonwealth Government to back that in with our further $200,000 in support through the Sports Infrastructure Grants program.
The Prime Minister and others have said, oh, well, it's wonderful for the communities that got these awards. Very good for our communities, and indeed it is. But what about those who missed out? It's calamitous for them, and little comfort for them to hear that sort of argument.
Just up to the mics, please.
Every single one of those 684 projects that were funded was eligible for funding under the guidelines.
Bridget McKenzie maintains that she's broken no rules and the Prime Minister is standing behind her.
Now, I stress that Sports Australia cut the cheques and authorised then those payments based on the decisions that were taken, which were done in accordance with the rules.
What he's doing by defending McKenzie is he's endorsing McKenzie, and he's endorsing the whole train of events.
Former New South Wales Court of Appeal Judge Anthony Wheely says this episode raises serious integrity concerns.
Those who on the merits deserved getting the grants didn't get them, and the process was informed not by impartiality but by a desire to improve the coalition's chances at the election. So any way you look at it, that must be regarded as an abusive process.
The Minister insists she did nothing wrong.
This highly popular and successful program, by the ANAO report's own words, no rules were broken.
We spoke with other sporting clubs off camera who applied for these grants but missed out. Many of them are reluctant to speak publicly. They fear doing so could jeopardise future funding opportunities.
If you come forward and complain now, then you would immediately suspect that you'll be on a blacklist and you'll never get that money. If you keep quiet, maybe you'll get it next time. But that's a very sorry state of affairs too, isn't it?
I'm just shocked, really, that the process has been abused in such a way.
Good bowl, John. Thanks, mate.
Peter Williams at the Castlemaine Bowling Club just wants a straight answer from the government.
We tried to get feedback on our application and we've just been told that feedback's unavailable. It would be a great thing to find out where we rated because, as I said, we tried to get feedback, A, to find out why we missed, but also to help us in future applications.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.